Guys, we made corn dogs today. You know I don't ever have all the stuff I need to make what I decide I'm gonna make out of the blue. But we made carnivore corn dogs. We got chicken, we used hot dogs, when we used pork panko, but we used straws instead of corn dog sticks. Hi, this is Terry. I've lost 180 pounds on a meat-focused, low-carb diet. I've managed to maintain since 2022. Stick around because I never know what adventure I'm on. As per usual, I've never done this, so, I'm going to try something. Why try it alone? I've got some parchment paper here because I want to set it down. I'm going to set the... where's the little sharp part? You go this way, Terry. All right. Now this is the method that Lori FNM Lifestyle uses. And see, it all comes back. Now it doesn't keep rolling up. I'm hot today. Hang on, I'm kicking off my shoes. I've been working today. So what we're going to do is we're going to make carnivore corn dogs. I've seen where people use, oh, shoot a monkey. I forgot Parmesan cheese. Well, all right. It'll be all right. We'll just make it with chicken and hang on, let me see. I don't have that, but I do have some old frozen pork panko. Now, it's all right. Because you know what else I don't have? I don't have skewers that you use for a corn dog, but we're going to use these metal straws so that way we can kind of pretend. So we're playing pretend today, y'all. But the thought process is going to be the same. So whenever I did this before, I made like carnivore hot pockets, and I rolled out my ground chicken real thin, and we put lunch pepperonis. We put all kinds of stuff in it. So in essence, that's what we're going to do today, except we're going to do this, and we're going to do hot dogs instead. So I'm going to just flatten it out with my hand instead of the other way. You can get your roller out if you want to, but this seems kind of a little bit faster. So I should have gotten my hot dogs out, but I don't know stuff until I try stuff. All right. So now I'm going to change up some gloves, and I'm going to open up our turkey hot dogs. I have turkey hot dogs, so you could get the 100% beef ones or whatever your little heart desires. Like I said, it's just an experiment anyway, so we ain't got to have it all perfect, Come on, fellas. Ooh, it's a turkey and chicken, so this isn't anything beef in this one. It's just going to be chicken and turkey. Let me get some new gloves, just a second. Okay, something else I did was I brought out I brought a broken egg. You know what? You really probably don't even have to roll this out since we're doing it a certain way. What I want to say is whenever I made this before, the purpose of the Parmesan was kind of to keep it crispy and kept it from, well, I say the purpose that it seemed to me was to keep the chicken from sticking to itself and everything else. So I think this pork panko will do a good job of that. It's kind of similar effects. We're just going to we'll put it together and then we'll roll it in that, and then we'll put it in our air fryer. I don't know how long, because I don't remember how long I did my other stuff. But we'll see. We'll just experiment. All right. So, if you're carnivore and you're like, boy, I miss the flavor, the texture of a corn dog, you might want to try this. All right. So, let's see here. I think that's probably enough. I'm just going to use it with my finger, and I'm going to kind of just take the chicken. The ground chicken is real gummy, okay? So you might even want to freeze them after you make them. I don't know, but we're not. So now we're going to drop it down in the pork panko and kind of roll it in there. I'm going to set it back on here. And And do the next one here. I don't know how many we're going to get. So, yeah, maybe you don't have to roll it all out. Maybe you could just get it in your hand and wrap it around the corn dog and see how that works. You know, do what works. I don't know, because I don't know what works yet. I've heard, I don't know, like if you're grilling and you use wooden skewers, I've heard that you have to, I got an idea. I've heard that when you use wooden skewers, you have to soak them in water first. I'd be curious if you use wooden skewers in the air fryer, if you would have to do that same thing. I don't know. You tell me, because y'all know more about cooking than I do. We may only get 4, and that's okay. It's just me, myself, and I, so I ain't too worried about it. I'll just throw the other hot dog in there anyway. But let's just see what we get here. So, all right. So we're just going to work that chicken. Chicken. You know, just mold the chicken around the hot dog. I can pull a little bit off. Let's pull a little bit of that off. Make that other go further. All right. And then we're just going to douse it in the pork panko. Don't be asking me macros, y'all. Do not be asking me macros. You know I didn't. Just imagine a pound of chicken with 5 corn dogs and maybe a cup of pork panko. Now that's if you eat them all. I don't know how much food you eat. So you'd have to, you know, take all that and divide it by however many you eat and plug it in. All right, but I just wanted to try it because, like I said, I saw them make their carnivore corn dog, and I'm pretty sure they use the, oh my goodness. Like I said, it was a cute little channel. They're cute girls. They're called, hang on, what carnivore? I'll put the name of their channel, I'll put it in here. Compassionate Carnivore? Anyway, I don't remember. Anyway, I'll put the name on here. But they use, I think they use that, you know, I think they use the fathead dough, which is fine, you know. But what if you can't use dairy? Well then, what if you can't have cheese? What? But you can't have pork panko. Maybe you can. Maybe you can have pork panko, but you can't have pork, maybe you can have pork rinds, but you can't have cheese. So, this would be good. So, like I said, I would imagine that it would probably be a smart idea to take these and put them in the freezer. But come on now, we know this is me, and I don't have that smart idea. So, I'm going to get a little brush, and we're going to brush these with eggs. And then I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my air fryer to 350. Just a second. Remember when I lied and said I'm not going to pop these in the freezer? I think I'm going to. That air fryer takes several minutes to heat up, so why not just pop them in the freezer and let them just kind of freeze and get a little bit stiffer? I don't think that'll hurt anything. So I'm not gonna brush them with the eggs until I get them ready. So we'll do that whenever we come back. So they look pretty, so let's get them in the freezer, and I'll be back whenever our air fryer's heated up. Okay, it's almost done. So here we got them. While I'm making these fun little, I don't know, adult, kid, whatever you want to say, while I'm making these fun, I just want to go on record as saying I don't think every child needs to be carnivore. I think that, you know, some kids are healthy and they do fine, so they can just eat the way our ancestors ate, you know, whole food way of eating with meat, cheese, and fruit, and eggs and veggies. I do feel like that is a perfectly good way. As a child who is obese, I feel like that is a perfectly healthy thing for a child. I was an obese kiddo, and I think, you know, rather than, you know, shaming the child and putting them on all kinds of diets and whatnot, I feel like as adults, it would be the responsibility to just start cooking meat, cheese, or foods with, you know, whole foods. Like I said, meat, veggies, some fruit. I think that those are perfectly suited for children who have not messed up their hormones or their metabolic system like some of us adults have. So, but you know, so if you have a child and that child is carnivore or needs to be carnivore for health reasons, then this is perfect. It's perfectly fun for them. So again, I wish I had some sticks, some little wooden sticks. That would have been perfect, but I don't, so it's all right. You know me, I'm kind of spur of the moment. Just throw something. Oh, hey, now that's an eggshell. Get out of there, fella. All right. Yeah, let me grab another glove and we're going to put these in. I'll be right back. Okay. I forgot to put my little thing underneath here. I keep this underneath down the bottom of my air fryer just to catch any messes. Let me see, where's the arrows? Alright. Plus it kind of keeps my my grate up a little bit higher. Oh, come on now. Hang on, y'all. Alright. It's fussing at me because I was lecturing y'all. Anyway, yeah, so I've got the oven, this is preheated to 350. Like I said, I keep that little jobber in the bottom, and I'm putting about a finger's width between them, so that way they're not, that way they're not like touching and going to be gummy to each other. And put this other one right on the bottom. I'll show you just a second here. I use a lot of gloves. I have an issue. I don't like my hands being gross. I know I can wash them, but yeah, I just don't like that being grody. So that's how they look going in. Again, you can use, I'm sure you can use the wooden sticks. I don't know how. I'm going to let it run. Let's see. So let's cancel it. 350, and we'll let it go for 10 minutes and we'll take a look. At 5 minutes, it's going to tell me to flip them. So we'll flip them in 5 minutes. By the way, I brushed them with egg. I think some people brush things with butter. I really don't know the difference. So like, I know y'all have told me before, but I know that butter can burn. So anyway, but so the egg, I don't know. I just did the egg. We'll just see how it goes in 5 minutes. All right, it's been 5 minutes. It's beeping at me. Let's give them a flip and see what we think. I'm nervous to flip them. I probably should have sprayed it. Again, it's me. You know, we fly by the seat of our pants around here. I'm not going to cry about it. No crying. There's no crying in the kitchen. No crying in Terri's kitchen. No crying in Terri. Carn flat, get over there. No crying in Terri's kitchen. Alright. So there we go. We're going to put them back in there. You aren't flipped very good, fella. Let me tell you what I did. I went on Amazon and ordered a couple more of these grates. So that way, you know, I could have them and kind of rotate them as I wash them. So anyway, all right, it's got almost 5 more minutes. All right. Let's see what we think. I think I'm going to let it go another 5 more minutes, y'all. Let me get it down to 350. All right, 7 minutes and we'll be back. It just looked a little not done. I've already rotated them once. I'm going to go ahead and rotate them again. That's more like the texture I'm looking for. That looks more crispy. Come on, flip over there. I think it's not one to flip because I have it at a slant, y'all. Bloop. 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 All right. I feel like 4 more minutes. Let's see what it has, 3.5 minutes. So let's go up. No, wrong thing. I feel like an even 4 minutes, and then we'll come back and take a look at them. Because like I said, I want them to be crispy like the whatchamacallums were. Okay, the timer went off. I have a little thing I set my hot air fryer on. I'm gonna go ahead and set them out. I have a little grate, so we're gonna set them out here to cool. They'll kind of harden up a little bit out here once they kind of air dry a little bit. So there we go. And I'm gonna let them cool a lot. Now listen, if you want to, you know, you could stick sticks in now if you felt like you wanted sticks. I'm actually, later in a minute, I'm going to use this. Oh my gosh. There you are. Sorry. They look really good. I'm really excited. Notice I did not season them. That pork panko had plenty of salt. So we're just going to let them cool down and we'll see how they taste. I bet they would taste very, very good with the Parmesan cheese. But we don't need Parmesan. We don't need no stinking Parmesan cheese. What if we don't want dairy? All right, I'll be back when about 5 minutes when they're cooled down enough to taste. All right, let's try it out. So what I did was I pushed these metal straws through, and then that way I could push these straws through. It's just for a picture, but anyway, because I don't think I could pick it up with a plastic straw, but that's all right. All right, let's give it a go. Oh, I need ketchup. Hang on just a second. All right, let me tell you what's wrong with using a straw. Juices are dripping out of it. But that's all right. All right, so listen, your girl don't like mustard, so I don't have any mustard. All right. Look, got your crispy outside, your hot dog inside. That's good. Let's try bite it with barbecue sauce. I don't know if people do that or not, but yeah, buddy, this is good stuff. How fun! Got the Carnivore, no dairy corn dog right here. Whoop whoop! All right, see you next time. Bye.